All right, it's a weird day with a lot of work, me randomly falling asleep after the US men's national team match, and then waking up at 1 a.m. only to then find that my computer has a massive problem, which I then fix at 4:30 in the morning. And this is how I got here. Good morning, passport holders. Today, June 3rd, 2016, day 581 of the vlogs. Let's hope I did my math right there. So today's been off to a good start. I woke up initially at 7 o'clock, forced myself to stay in bed until 7:30, and then I got started with the day. Currently, we're looking, I believe it's shortly after 9:30 now. In that time period, though, I have transcribed and corrected and auto-timed Daily V40 since that came out yesterday. 208 was done at the Thirsty Lion, so I'm pumped with where that's at. I just have to do the final review on it, and with it being 33 minutes, it's kind of a pain to do, but we're going to do it today. With Daily V40 also being in that same state, I'm going to probably tackle that one first. But right now, it's time to go eat some ramen because I'm hungry, and that sounded amazing. Ramen! So it's noon, it's time to give you guys an update on what is going on. Basically, I finished Daily V40, so that's done, delivered to client in the when was that said search engine. For some reason, Clintus's episode yesterday took forever for the caption to finish. Like, they did the transcription, did all of the work, and they just didn't do the final review until today. So, like, that finally came back to me. I did my review, made a ton of corrections as a new captioner, and was not happy, to be honest. So I sat there and I did that, shipped it back to him. His episode hasn't gone up today either, which is kind of weird to me, so I got to go make sure that that actually is the case. Meaning that the only thing that's outstanding right now that is publicly available is Daily V208, which I completed last night at the Lion, and then at this point am just needing to do a final review on. It's 25 minutes or so, 28 minutes, something like that. And so I'm going to do that now while on the treadmill desk. And then after that, it's all editing of the vlog, since I haven't done that yet. And then on to the big talk that Gary has asked to be captioned that is not live. It's an hour and 20 minutes, I think it is. So basically, here's the deal, right? Right now, as I'm making this transition over the next couple of days, I think that the vlog's going to be very kind of still in the grind era kind of mentality, and the fact that I'm going to just be trying to get caught up and build the final systems or build the next iteration of systems so that I can do this more effectively. Once I get that locked in, I think that there's a big opportunity for me to get a lot more creative, right? Work out of interesting places, go and explore, parts of downtown Phoenix, which, I've lived here in Phoenix for like the last 14 years. It's time for me to really explore the place I call home. I mean, I've never been to the Capitol building. Like, that's something that is literally like 4 miles down the road, and I've never been there. Kind of an opportunity that I should take at some point, I believe. So little things like that, little adventures like that, I think are going to be what's on the horizon immediately in the interim between me being caught up, which should only take a couple more days, and then before I leave for Southern California. Obviously, things get a lot more interesting once I'm out there. So that is looking right now like the 19th. So we've got 16 days between here and there. So let's see how this all goes. But I'm happy with the production of today so far, and I'm going to continue to work because that's what I got to do. Well, good news and bad news. Bad news is the vlog hasn't even begun editing, and it's currently 14:40. The good news is that every public video is now done. I received some pushback relating to some of the channels that have non-published videos, and it's like, that's not inside of the terms of service, that's not inside the service agreement, but I'm continuing to try to serve these people because these people have made it my job for me to do captions, and it's a lot of fun. But I'm just trying to service everybody and still keep my vlog going and everything else. And in a couple hours time, I have the US men's national team soccer match, which of course I'm going to make time for because this is the Copa America. I mean, I wanna enjoy this. I will watch the Euros a bit, I think, as well this summer. But I'm just trying to trying to figure out kind of how I want this all to play out, because I could literally from now until 2 a.m. be working all day because of all the work that's coming through. Although once I get caught up, it'll be easier for me to stay on top of it because I won't have the distractions of, you know, a part-time gig anymore. But I got an edit to go and do like right now. So it is 3 o'clock now, and I'm still editing and trying to get all that squared away, handling some emails as well. But one of the things that you guys will begin to notice is that although I will be getting out of the house more often, like days like today, like I have zero chance of leaving the house today, and I knew that. So my hair is going to be all kinds of crazy, floppy, fluffy, because there's no product in it. So I apologize for the crazy hair stuff. Additionally, in Phoenix right now today, at this very moment, right at 3 o'clock, it is 110 degrees. So not really like pumped to like go outside, even though like I have in the past when I've been in like that runner mode. Like I think it was like 18 months ago, 24 months ago, that I was like, I'm gonna run every day, I'm gonna run every day, I'm gonna run every day. And I would run when it was 32 degrees, 34 degrees in Phoenix in the middle of the night in January, and I would run when it was 110, 111 degrees in the summer, and I never was scared to do it. I always knew how to do it safely. But days like today, when it's super hot outside, and I have a U.S. men's national team soccer match, and I'm just like, I'm buried in work, yeah, like you're gonna get a vlog that's entirely inside my apartment. So my hope is to find good things for me to do that are outdoors-ish in the mornings, if I can free them up, and then in the afternoons really dedicate myself to the business, and then free up the evenings in order to do all the other things that I need to do, and then the late night sessions for work. So that's kind of the ideal situation that I'm beginning to formulate as I look at like schedules and how I want things to work, but we'll see how it all comes together. That stated, I got this edit to finish, but like I'm struggling with it, and I'm only struggling with it because like I got enough clips to make a good vlog. I'm debating on whether or not I cut it down to like half its length in order to make it a little bit tighter. It's a little loose at certain moments, but I don't know. I gotta make that decision in the next 30 seconds, and I don't want to do that on camera. Alright friends, it is time for a U.S. men's national team match in the Copa America. It's very interesting. It's going to be against Colombia. I'm not expecting a win out of this match, although this team, who knows? Like, the U.S. is such a wild card in this one. But apparently Mo, one of my good friends growing up and still one of my best friends, is there at Levi's Stadium to watch this match. Let's hope for a USA win. Well, since it is 4:30, I might as well bring you guys up to speed on what's happened in the last 8 or so hours. The U.S. men's national team match I watched ended up, the USMNT lost, which not shocked about. You know, Colombia was the number 3 team in the world, which, Mo, you were right. I did not believe, I thought they were like number 23, not number 3, which is a reflection of how well they did in the World Cup and how the ranking system includes time bonuses. It's kind of a weird thing. Yeah, so watched that. Was super tired after the match, and so just went and laid down and thought, oh, you know, hey, I'll just lay down in bed. I'll take a nap for an hour. Not a big deal. Well, woke up at 2 a.m. So I was out for, I think it was like more or less like 6 hours. So kind of this weird situation now. Tried to start to go to work and ended up finding that my Dragon profile for my dictation software had been corrupted. It was crashing upon startup, and it was just this really weird situation. So tried to do all the technical supporty things that I always do, which is, you know, first and foremost, try and restore from a backup. That didn't work. Obviously, the corruption went back further than the backup did. Then did an uninstall, a reinstall. Actually had to do that a couple of times because I kept missing like 1 or 2 files in the system. Then got super frustrated with it, decided to create a new user profile on my Mac in order to just see if it was specific to my user profile, if there was something funky in there. And sure enough, no issues. So at that point, I then just decided that it was something inside of the Dragon profile, and sure enough, I created a new one. Instantly, everything worked. Deleted the old one, restarted the computer, and now, because it's based on, it has all the old dictionary stuff that I had done with the first profile, so that is still functional in the second one, which means that it's now working even better than the first one was. Plus, I'm using a much better microphone in the QC25s than what I had initially trained that profile using, which was the Rode Podcaster, which had a variance with where I was. Wow, that was a poor hand gesture. Variance on where I was in relation to the mic. So to sit there and to get it all fixed was great. And so now I'm working on that large file that was outstanding for one of my clients. It's a big 70+ minute talk. So I've got a lot of work to do on that, although I'm breaking it into 10-minute chunks, and then eventually when I get tired, I'll just go to sleep. So it should be a couple of hours, but nothing major. So yeah, that's kind of the rundown of what's happened today and why I'm still up at 4:30 in the morning. Alright, so it's the next day, but the same day as the last clip. I don't know how to explain the last 24 hours. It's just generally been weird. I will say thank you for your time and your attention. I do appreciate them both. And remember, you never stumble upon opportunity by standing still, so go do cool stuff. Bye for now.